Okay, so you want to deep dive into the world of fireplace installation. You're envisioning crackling fires, that cozy ambiance, and maybe thinking, how hard can it be? But I have a feeling there's way more to it than meets the eye.
You're absolutely right. It's a fascinating blend of technical skill, artistry, and even a bit of detective work when you're dealing with older homes.
Detective work, you say? Okay, now I'm intrigued. We've got excerpts from RoleCatcher, a career development platform. They've got a really detailed guide on this career path. So where do we even begin?
Well, the first thing that jumps out from RoleCatcher's research is the sheer variety within this field. Forget the image of your grandpa's brick hearth. We're talking wood burning, gas, electric, each with its own set of installation quirks.
Now that you mention it, it makes sense that you'd need a different skill set for each type. Gas lines versus electrical wiring, venting for wood-burning fireplaces. It's not one size fits all.
Exactly. And that's just the technical side. A good fireplace installer also needs top-notch problem-solving skills. Imagine showing up to a job, blueprints in hand, only to discover unforeseen structural issues. That's where the real expertise comes in.
It's like they have to be architects and engineers on top of everything else. The RoleCatcher guide also mentions liaising with manufacturers. I'm guessing that's not just about getting a discount on bulk orders of fireplace tools.
Not quite. This highlights the importance of communication in this line of work. You're the crucial link between the client, often with their own anxieties about safety and aesthetics, and the manufacturer who might be miles away.
So it's not just about being handy with tools, but also with people. You need to be able to explain complex technical stuff in a way that puts clients at ease.
Yeah.
Precisely.
A good fireplace installer is also a bit of a therapist and a salesperson all rolled into one.
And speaking of being well-rounded, RoleCatcher highlights something I never would have considered. The future of this field is looking pretty high-tech.
It's true. This isn't your grandfather's fireplace industry anymore. New construction and renovations will always be there. But the demand for eco-friendly options is really heating up.
Eco-friendly fireplaces. What specific technologies are we talking about? And how do they impact an installer's job?
We're talking bioethanol fireplaces, high-efficiency gas inserts that produce more heat with less fuel. It's a whole niche within the field, and those with the right training will be in high demand.
And with RoleCatcher's skills analysis tool, you can see which certifications could give you an edge in that growing niche, right? That's pretty cool. It's like having a roadmap for your career.
It's all about being proactive. And it's not just about the technical skills. The platform also has a ton of resources for prepping for interviews. Imagine having 120,000 potential interview questions at your fingertips, tailored to this specific career path.
120,000 questions. Okay, that's a lot of pressure. But I guess the idea is not to memorize answers, but to get comfortable talking about your skills and experience, right?
Exactly. It's about building confidence so you can walk into that interview and really own it. RoleCatcher even offers AI-powered feedback to help you refine your answers. Think of it like having a personal coach in your pocket. But for job interviews,
That's pretty slick. So we've got this blend of traditional craftsmanship and evolving technology, but what does the career progression look like? Is it all about moving up to fancier fireplaces? Or are there actual levels to this?
you'd be surprised. The RoleCatcher guide lays out a pretty clear career ladder, from entry level all the way to becoming a seasoned expert.
Okay, so we've got our career ladder. Where does someone even start on this fireplace adventure? What does a typical day look like for someone just entering the field?
Well, picture this. You're an entry-level installer, fresh out of training, and you're paired with a seasoned pro. You're not installing the Taj Mahal of fireplaces just yet. It's more about mastering the basics, taking accurate measurements, prepping materials, maybe even learning the subtle art of troubleshooting a tricky vent.
It's like an apprenticeship, right? Learning the ropes from someone who's seen it all. And probably has the battle scars to prove it.
Exactly. You're getting hands-on experience, building a solid foundation. And as you move up to a junior installer role, you get to take on more responsibility. Think of it like leveling up in a video game. But instead of collecting coins, you're collecting skills and confidence.
So at what point do you actually get to install a fireplace solo? Is there a ceremony? A secret handshake?
No secret handshake, but it's definitely a milestone. As a junior installer, you'd be installing wood, gas, and electric fireplaces, making sure everything aligns with manufacturer instructions. And those all-important safety regulations, of course, you still have supervision, but it's about owning the process from start to finish.
I bet that's incredibly satisfying, seeing a project through and knowing you did it right. But what about those who are ready to take on even more? What does a mid-level installer's day look like?
Now, you're not just installing fireplaces, you're leading the symphony. We're talking project management, client coordination, even mentoring those eager beaver entry-level installers.
So you're juggling client expectations, navigating potential hiccups on site, and making sure the whole project comes together seamlessly. That sounds intense.
You've got it. It's a demanding role that requires a whole other set of skills. You're the conductor, the problem solver, the one making sure everything is in harmony.
Okay, we've gone from apprentice to conductor, but what's the pinnacle of this fireplace career path? Is there a fireplace maestro level?
I like that title. But seriously, the peak is usually the senior fireplace installer.
So what sets these fireplace Jedi Masters apart?
They're the go-to experts for those jaw-dropping complex installations. Think custom designs, challenging architectural features, the kind of projects that make other installers break out in a cold sweat. They might even consult on building codes or mentor the next generation of fireplace pros.
Wow, so they've gone from learning the ropes to shaping the entire industry. That's pretty impressive. And with RoleCatcher, you can actually explore all these different career stages. They break down the skills and experience needed at each level. It's kind of like a choose-your-own-adventure for your career.
And don't forget, they have that networking tool that connects you with people in the field. It's like having a direct line to mentors, potential employers,
Right.
or even future business partners.
It's amazing how much the industry has evolved. We've talked about the demands and the career path, but what about the day-to-day reality of being a fireplace installer? What's the work environment really like?
Now that's where things get really interesting. It's definitely not your typical 9-to-5 desk job. This is a job that demands physical and mental agility.
Okay, so I'm picturing lifting heavy fireplaces, maybe dodging the occasional spark or two. What else? Paint me a picture of a typical day on the job.
You're definitely going to break a sweat. You're on your feet, often working in tight spaces, maybe even getting a little dusty in attics or crawl spaces. And depending on the type of fireplace, you could be dealing with gas lines, electrical wiring, or venting systems, all requiring meticulous attention to safety.
Definitely not for the faint of heart. But I imagine there's a lot of variety in the work, right? It's not like you're installing the same fireplace in the same cookie-cutter house every day.
Absolutely. Every house has its own character, its own set of challenges. You might be dealing with a historic home one day and a modern loft the next. And then there's the client, each with their own vision, their own set of must-haves.
So you need to be adaptable, able to think on your feet, and maybe have a touch of artist in you to make those fireplaces really blend seamlessly with their surroundings.
You've hit the nail on the head. It's a job that keeps you on your toes, constantly learning and adapting to new situations. And at the end of the day, you can step back, admire your work, and know you brought warmth and comfort into someone's home.
That's a really great point. It's not just about the technical skills, but about that human element. You're creating something that will be the heart of a home, a place for families to gather and make memories.
Exactly. And for those who are truly passionate about this trade, there's always the possibility of branching out, starting their own business.
Oh, right. The RoleCatcher guide mentioned that as an option. It's like the ultimate level up in a fireplace career, going from installer to entrepreneur. What would that involve, practically speaking?
Well, imagine being your own boss. You're in charge of everything. Finding clients, managing projects, marketing your services, handling the financials, all while staying on top of the latest industry trends.
So you're not just a craft person, you're a business person. It takes a special kind of drive to pull that off.
It does. But the rewards can be immense. Setting your own hours, building a team, maybe even becoming a mentor yourself. It's about shaping your own fireplace empire.
From apprentice to emperor. I like the sound of that. But before we get ahead of ourselves, let's talk about the here and now. What are some of the biggest hurdles facing fireplace installers today?
One word: adaptation. Staying ahead of the tech curve is essential. We touched on eco-friendly options, but smart home integration is another game changer.
Fireplaces that sync with your smartphone, that sounds incredibly futuristic.
It is. Imagine controlling the temperature, setting timers, even turning the fireplace on and off remotely. Clients love the convenience, but installers need to be well-versed in these technologies to install and service them properly.
It's like every fireplace is becoming its own mini smart device, so continuous learning is key.
Absolutely. And it's not just about the tech. Clients today are savvy. They've done their research online, they have specific ideas, and they expect you to not only meet, but exceed those expectations.
So you need to be a consultant as much as an installer, guiding them through the options and finding the perfect fireplace to match their vision.
You've got it. It's a whole different skill set: communication, problem solving, and a good dose of empathy to navigate those client anxieties.
Yeah.
Remember, for many, a fireplace is an investment both financially and emotionally.
It sounds like a fireplace installer needs to be a jack of all trades. But speaking of trades, let's talk about actually landing a job in this field. How does RoleCatcher help with that beyond just providing information?
That's where RoleCatcher really shines. Their platform streamlines the entire job search process, from finding those hidden gems to acing the interview. For starters, their job board is tailored specifically to this field. No more sifting through irrelevant listings.
That's a huge time saver. But even with the perfect listing, getting your application noticed is tough.
Not with RoleCatcher. They have this incredible feature called RoleCatcher Capture, where you can save jobs from other platforms like LinkedIn or Indeed directly to your RoleCatcher account. It's like having a personalized job board with all the best opportunities in one place.
Love that. But what about the application itself? How do you make yours stand out from the stack?
RoleCatcher has you covered. Their AI analyzes job descriptions, pinpointing the exact skills employers are looking for. Then, it compares those skills to your resume and gives you a score highlighting areas where you shine and where you might need to beef up your qualifications.
So it's like having a personal brand strategist in your corner telling you exactly what needs to be front and center.
Exactly. And it goes even further. Their AI can actually help you tailor your resume to each specific job application. It suggests improvements, helps you incorporate relevant keywords, and even assists with crafting compelling answers to those tricky application questions.
Wow, it's like having a professional resume writer on speed dial.
It's all about removing the guesswork and giving you the confidence to put your best foot forward. And once you've landed that interview, well, that's where those 120,000 interview questions come in handy.
Right, but it's more than just a list of questions, isn't it? It's about understanding what's behind those questions.
Absolutely. RoleCatcher provides insights into what interviewers are looking for, the common traps to avoid, and even expert-guided sample answers. They even have a video practice feature where you can record yourself answering questions and review your performance.
It's like having a personal coach analyzing your every word, your body language.
Precisely. And with their AI-powered feedback, you get personalized tips on how to improve your delivery, your pacing, even your tone of voice. It's about turning those interview jitters into interview confidence.
So from finding the perfect opportunity to crafting a stellar application and acing that interview, RoleCatcher has every step of the journey covered. It's an incredible tool for anyone considering a career in fireplace installation or exploring any career path for that matter.
It's true. RoleCatcher empowers individuals to take control of their careers.
Well, there you have it, folks. We've ventured deep into the world of fireplace installation. It's a career path that's both physically and intellectually demanding, requiring a unique blend of traditional craftsmanship and cutting-edge technology.
It's a field brimming with opportunity for those who are passionate about problem-solving client interaction and, of course, creating those cozy spaces we all love.
And if you're ready to explore this fiery career path, RoleCatcher can provide the spark you need. They have everything you need to get started and watch your career ambitions catch fire.
Remember, the future belongs to those who are willing to learn, adapt, and embrace new challenges, much like a skilled fireplace installer who transforms a house into a home, one warm hearth at a time.
Beautifully said. And on that note, we'll let you get back to your day. Until next time, keep those fires burning.